Hey guys, I am back and today I'm gonna show you how I wash my hair, and it's a pretty long routine. I started going silicone free and it has honestly been the best change in my hair. I've seen the results in one wash, but they just kept on being so amazing, so I'm gonna show you what I'm using. So I like to start by brushing my hair with a boar bristle brush, and this one is by Moroccan Oil. The bristles in this really help distribute your natural scalp oils throughout the whole hair, which I really need. So I like to brush it, and then I like to brush it upside down the hair because I have a lot of oils in the base of my hair and the top is a lot drier, so I like to brush it up and then brush it down again. After that, and before I go to bed, I like to use coconut oil as a pre-shampoo treatment. So I take a little bit, and a little goes a really long way. Coconut oil is very oily, so then I just let it sink in a bit before I go to bed, and I just slip on it. The following morning, I like to start really early. It's a very long process, so I like to get right on it. So I like to start by applying Olaplex number 3, and before that I like to wet my hair by dipping my brush in water. And this is like a Tangle Teaser brush, but this one is by Macadamia. So then I take Olaplex number 3, and this is like the at-home treatment of the whole brand and system. And I apply it to my hair, which is damp, and I make sure I get all the parts, but especially the more damaged parts, and I brush the product through. I let it sink in for 30 minutes, and then it's time to finally wash the hair. So I get into the shower and I start warming up with warmer water, warming up the body. But then I like to use cold water on my hair because it doesn't damage as much. I have two choices of shampoo, and they're both by Care. One is the Hydrating Detangling Shampoo, which is honestly amazing and sulfur-free, and the other one is a co-wash, which I'm using today, which is so soft, and if you have really dry hair that doesn't need the foaminess every single time you wash it, this is really good. It feels like a conditioner and it doesn't foam up, but it really cleans my hair. Not squeaky clean, but really nourishing clean, which is mostly what I need. Then I get out of the shower and I wrap my hair around an old t-shirt, an old cotton t-shirt, because they're so much softer in the hair, and they're also really lighter, so if you have long hair, they're so much more practical. I let that shirt sink in a bit of the water for a while, so then when I apply the next step, the water in the hair doesn't dilute it as much. So now I'm applying my direct dye that I always use. I use Manic Panic, and I use the shade Blue Steel. I start by applying this directly from the tub in my roots because they're a little more brassy than the rest of my hair. And I apply it with a tiny brush that can get inside the tub. I do this throughout my whole head, and then I apply a little more product to the ends, though they're already pretty ashy and gray, and I just massage the product in. And then I comb my hair with a fine tooth comb just to make sure the product gets to every single little bit of the hair, and also this is what activates the dye. When it gets really creamy, that's when it starts working. I let that act for 30 minutes, and then I apply a mask, and I apply the Crown Pride Tacoma Curl Moisture Mask. It's very thick and it smells like vanilla, so it smells like vanilla ice cream actually. I apply a mask over my dye because if I take my dye off and apply the mask, a little bit of the dye comes off the hair, and if I apply the mask beforehand, then the dye doesn't grab as much onto the hair. So I like to do it like this so that I can get the maximum out of both products. I apply it very generously throughout my hair, and then I brush it in. Let it sink in for an hour, and then I'm ready to rinse. Again, I rinse with cold water, as cold as I can muster in the winter. Then when I removed all the product, I just brush it one more time and I rinse one more time. Just as I get out of the shower, I shake and massage my hair a little bit so that I can activate my curl pattern. And again, I'm using an old cotton shirt to wrap around my head. I let the shirt around my hair for 15 minutes just so I can make sure that a lot of water has been drunk by the shirt, because that cuts drying time in half. So then I start with my styling products. I start by using the Anita Grant Curl Conditioning Milk for Extra Dye Hair. And this is amazing. It feels so lightweight and so non-greasy and non-oily, but it really moisturizes the hair. And then I like to lock that in with a Rawa elixir. I think that's how you say it. I hope that's how you say it. It's really potent, so I just use like 10 drops so that it doesn't get too heavy. And then I like to use this butter by Anita Grant again. It's the Creamy Cafe Latte Vanilla Daily Leave-In Butter, and it's just like a really nourishing, really soft butter that melts in your hands. It's a little bit tiny waxy, but not in an overpowering way. It doesn't weigh my hair down at all. But I warn you, this is not for fine hair types at all. This is for really porous and textured hair. As a curl cream, I'm using the Briogeo Curl Charisma curl cream. So this goes a really long way. It's very powerful and it doesn't dry out my hair, which is an issue I have with most curl creams. It's very nourishing but very defining, and it doesn't give you that crunch effect that I hate. And then I let it air dry for like a million years. It takes a really long time, but there you go. And this is the final result. I mean, it is a little bit stressful and my washing routine is like so huge, as you can see, but I only wash my hair one time a week, so I want to make sure that that day is really special because my hair is really, really dry and porous and textured and so parched all the time. Okay, so what was I saying? My hair is extremely very dry and very brittle, and I dye it beforehand. This is not my natural color. I use the Blue Steel Manic Panic dye, but I use it over already lightened hair, and I use the shade 10.1 from Inoa. It's the ammonia-free dye, so that's where I'm at right now. But let me know if you ever thought about going natural. I mean, if your hair is very demanding, if you think this whole routine is totally crazy, or if you get where I'm coming from, let me know how many times a week you wash your hair, and if you do have like that one day where it's just, that's one thing that actually stops me from going out sometimes. It's the hair washing day, because I can't go out during that whole day because my hair is wet. So this hair is actually, it dried and I slept on it, so this is kind of how it gets the morning after. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more. Let me know if you want to see more hair related videos on what you want to see from me, you know, hair wise, because I'm always up for that. Though this video was a little bit tough to film because my bathroom is tiny. I hope I got all the right angles and the lighting may be a little bit off, but hopefully it'll be kind of okay. So I guess I'll see you next week. So yeah, bye. Before I forget, next week's video is going to be a little more personal. It's going to be one of those off-beauty topics that I usually talk about. It's going to be like my opinion and my take on something that is like a daily struggle or something. Next Sunday, 6 p.m. Portugal time. So yeah.